So how do you simplify this radical? For example, I have radical 12. How do I simplify this radical 12? Okay, the idea is to have a smaller number inside the radical. How can I make it smaller? The idea again is to factor 12. The idea again is to factor 12. Okay, so if you have, let's just factor this on the side here. What is 12? 12, you can divide it by 2. You get 6, and you divide by 2 to get 3, and then divide by 3, get 1. So you can think of 12 as 4 times 3, or you can think of it as 6 times 2, right?
Yes.
So which one we can write? If you choose 4 times 3, okay, if you choose this to be radical of 4 times 3, you can use a property. You can use a property to allow you to separate them like this. So become radical 4 times radical 3. There is a property that allows you to do this, radical property. So you can say radical 4 times radical. What is the benefit? Radical 4 is what?
2.
It's 2. So you can just write this as 2 radical 3. And now this is a simpler form. This is a simpler form. Okay? So the idea of simplifying is to make this number inside, which is 12, become smaller, which is now becoming what? Becoming 3. So instead of having the radical of 12, we just have a radical of 3. So that's why it's simpler. So how did you achieve this? Again, we factor the number inside. There are many ways to factor. You can factor 6 times 2 or 4 times 3. Why choose 4 times 3? Because the idea is to choose this 2 repeated 2 times 2 together. When you choose this 2 times 2, which is 4, the square root of this will come outside. See, what actually happened is that when you choose these two numbers together, it came outside one time here. That's why you separate the 12. That's why you separate the 12 into 2 times 2 and 3. That's what I did. 2 times 2 is actually the 4, and the 3 is here. That's how you should choose the separation. So if you see anything repeated 2 times, it will be actually here, come out 1 time. That's the nature of the radical, simplification. I think we need to see another example to understand this better. Okay, let us see another example. In the case of the square root, because remember there's a square here, anything that repeats 2 times will just come outside as 1 time. That's it. And whatever remain in the factors will be still inside. خلاص? So if I have the 5th root now, what if I want to simplify the cubic root, for example, of 16? What do I need to do? To factor the 16, right? Let's factor 16. So divide by 2 equal 8. Divide by 2 equal 4. Divide by 2 equal 2. Right? That's it. So that's 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Because this is the cubic root, okay? Let me just write it. The answer. This is the cubic root of 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Anything that repeat inside 3 times, see that repeat 3 times, right? Will come outside 1 time. See that? Repeat 3 times because of this 3. Okay, will come outside only as 1 time. So the answer will be 2, the cubic root of 2. Why this happened? Because I can write a step in the middle if you want. I know this is the cubic root of this 8, the cubic root of 2. Where does 8 come from? It came from 2 times 2 times 2, remember? The cubic root of 8 is what? Is 2. But I don't need to write this middle step. I just find anything that repeat 3 times, it will come outside 1 time only here. I don't need to write this middle step. I know the property. It allows me to do this. But next time I solve, I don't have to do this. Got the idea? Yeah. So in the case of the cubic root, when you factor, any factor repeat 3 times, just come outside 1 time. In the case of, okay, this is the third. Suppose I want to have, like for example, how about if I want to have simplify, for example, the 5th root of what? For example, 96. How do I simplify that? I have to factor. I have to factor. So let's factor this 96. 96 is what? If you divide by 2, you get what? Someone have calculator? 48. And you divide by 2, get what? And you divide by 2, get what?
12.
You divide by 2, you get what? You get 6. And you divide by 2 again to get 3. And then you divide by 3 to get 1. So actually, it is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. That's 5 of them. Very good. That's just what I need, isn't it? Anything that I repeat 5 times, what will happen to it? Will come outside 1 time. And what remain here? The 3 will stay inside. It will stay inside. So the 5th root of 3 will stay as well inside. So that's the answer. The 2 come outside. Okay, this 5 factors that are repeated will just come outside 1 time, and still I still have this inside. I still have this inside the root. Got the idea of how you simplify factoring? How do you simplify the radicals? That's the idea of how do you simplify the radicals.